Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Charlotte Tilbury Quick and Easy makeup. So before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so this was a bit of a surprise launch. I feel like some of Charlotte's launches you hear about for weeks, such as the new cream bronzer that's coming out. We've known about that one for a couple weeks now, and it's not coming out until mid-May. And then this one was a complete surprise. So I kind of thought, sometimes she's really funny with that. But anyways, so this is the new Quick and Easy makeup. So this is a new portable refillable makeup kit with an eyeshadow stick, a highlighter stick, and a lip and cheek stick. The kit retails for $75 US or 95 Canadian, or you can also purchase the case itself for $20 US, 23 Canadian. The lip and cheek stick as well as the highlighter stick are both $27 US or 34 Canadian, and the eye wand is $20 US or 26 Canadian. This also comes in 5 different color combos. There is Date Night, which is the one I picked up. There is Sun-Kissed, Golden Glow, Pretty Fresh, and Super Chic. And they all looked really pretty, but all quite similar in my opinion. So this is also made in Italy, and the blush and highlight sticks have an 18-month shelf life, and the eye wand has a 24-month shelf life, which is kind of funny because I thought the eye wand would be the shorter of the two. But yeah, so this is the outer carton. Very pretty, very Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the inner packaging. So very much Charlotte Tilbury. However, I will say from the packaging and the way this opens up, it kind of reminds me of a pack of cigarettes. And I'm not a smoker at all, but that is all I see when I look at this compact. Anyways, so it does come with a really nice mirror up here. So this is supposed to be a look in 5 minutes compact. So again, I did pick up the Date Night color combo. So in here you get the eye wand, the lip and cheek, and the highlight. Let's take a look at each of these. So I'm just going to pull out that eye stick. I don't know if that was hard to get out because it's me or what, but this is the eye wand and this is Date Night eyes, and from what I can tell it looks like the case actually serves as the cap for these. Like there's no cap, it just pulls out like so. Okay, I do find them a little bit hard to get out of the case, but I mean maybe that's just because they're sealed up really well. This is the lip and cheek wand. Very pretty. Let me actually swatch the eye wand for you. So that is a swatch of the eye wand. So this is the lip and cheek stick. And let's take a quick look at the highlighter. That one came out pretty easy actually. So this is what the highlight stick looks like, and a quick swatch. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know if you can see that on camera. These are definitely my type of color stories. Let's get to trying this on. So I think this might actually end up being the quickest try on video ever, but let's start with the eyes, and I'm just going to use the compact for my mirror. So she said to just scribble on the eyelid and then kind of blend it out. It feels a little dry, but maybe that's a good thing for my eyelids in particular. And then I'm just smudging around the edges with my finger. I feel like that's what I would do if I was indeed just pulling this out of my purse. I did hear a lot of people commenting that they wish there was a bronzer in here instead of a highlight, and I can totally see that. A lot of people just love bronzer, and I do think a lot of people are kind of, you know, branching away from highlight a little bit. That's nice. The stick almost feels a little bit dry, so that's kind of interesting. I didn't expect that. I don't know why I thought I could put that on with my left hand. The stick feels almost a little bit dry to me, and I don't feel like it's covering my lids the best, which, I mean, I probably should have primed, but at the same time, if I want to do 5-minute makeup, I'm probably not going to take a second to prime my lids. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who would much rather bronze than highlight, and bronzer is that kind of thing that if you're in a super hurry, you might not even use blush, you might just go in with a bronzer. just add a little bit of color, so I totally get that. However, for my personal taste, I'd rather the highlight. I would rather throw on blush and like a nice cream highlight, because then I feel like it just looks more natural and fresh. But that is just my opinion. However, I was even surprised that there was no sort of bronze in here. This is definitely, I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this, but I feel like this is definitely going to be like a very minimal makeup. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that shadow stick. I mean, I'm not a big shadow stick person anyway, so it could just be me. Let me pop on some mascara and we'll get to the rest of the products. So now I've got mascara on, I feel a little more pulled together. Let's go in with the blush. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to directly? Not really, but that might be the only way. I don't love doing my makeup with my fingers, but for the video I shall. I feel like this blush stick is also a bit dry. Like it's definitely a matte blush. I found applying with my fingers, it was fine. It's definitely on the drier side, and I kind of felt like it dried down really quickly. I did prefer the application when I went in with my brush. You know, I don't love drawing it right on my face, but I really didn't like just going in with my fingers either. Blending with a brush really helped, so if you don't mind carrying a brush around with you with this, I think that would make it easy. Let's see. I'm going to take this on my pinky and just go in on the lips. This does feel nice on the lips, actually. Okay. For the lips, I really like the color. It's like a very natural color. It's definitely very, it doesn't feel quite as dry on the lips. It's definitely matte, but it doesn't feel quite as dry. I would typically prefer a little more definition to the lips, but this isn't bad. I do not hate this. Let's go in with that highlighter stick. I'm going to take this on a finger because I feel like that's the best method. That's pretty. Again, not too glowy, but very pretty. Okay, that's nice. Let me see if I go directly on the skin. Okay, yeah, you can. This does give like a really healthy glow to the skin. I like that. Do you want to take tiniest little bit, put that on the inner corner? Yes, there we go. Yes, that pulled it together. Okay, guys, so let's get into my final thoughts for my first impression. And first of all, you guys saw me swatch all of the shades on the back of my hand. I took a paper towel to rub off the swatches. The blush and highlight came off no problem. The eyeshadow stick is not going anywhere. I need some makeup remover for that. So that's a good sign, especially because I do have oily lids. The eyeshadow stick, I did find it to be very dry, and I did find that it dried down really quickly. And I mean, maybe that's what, maybe that's a good thing because it is quite budge proof, I would honestly say. I think it's pretty. I think it's a little more sheer, but again, it's for that quick 5-minute look. It definitely took me more than 5 minutes, but that's because this is not the type of makeup that I usually do. I think this is nice. I think this is a pretty color. Is it something I'm going to reach for a ton? Probably not, but I can see how this would be super handy to have on the go if you needed something quickly. The lip and cheek wand. This is kind of interesting. I really like this on the lips. It dries down to kind of like that satin, sort of that powder feel. Like the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks, if you've ever tried those, that's the kind of feel it leaves on the lips. So if you don't like that, you might not like this. However, I feel like it gives like a kind of like a natural flush to the lips. I don't feel like I have a ton going on. I feel like it's not too obvious, but it does feel quite nice on the lips and it doesn't feel overly dry. And when it comes to the cheeks, however, it did feel dry. and I found it kind of hard to blend out. And again, because it is so little, I didn't want to draw it directly on my face and move around my foundation, and so I wasn't 100% sure how to go in with this. I did end up just drawing right on my face and blending it with my fingers, and that seemed to work okay. It did require a little bit of building because I do prefer more of a flush to the cheeks. I did find it blended out really easy with a brush, so if you are planning to keep this little kit in your purse, I would suggest having like a tiny little brush. I would honestly recommend like the e.l.f. primer infused brush. This is the one I love for cream bronzer, cream blush. It's my favorite cream bronzer brush. So if maybe you're going to carry this kit around, maybe carry this too, and I feel like this would really help with the blush application. I didn't use it today because it has bronzer on it, but so overall, not my favorite cheek product, but not awful either. It would definitely do in a pinch if I, just need to yank this out of my purse and throw makeup on my face. Absolutely. The highlight I actually quite like. It's definitely a beautiful cream highlight. I was kind of worried it might be a little too deep for my skin tone, but it seems to work fine. It also plays well with that blush, which is kind of a little more understated. And it just gives just like a really healthy glow from within, which is something I find with a lot of Charlotte Tilbury highlighters. It just makes your skin look healthy, and so I really like that. So this is definitely my favorite part of this little kit. So overall, I think this kit is a handy little kit for sure. I like that she's kind of releasing products that are made for the everyday person who might have this in their bag and just want to pull this out and do a really quick face of makeup. If need be, we've all been there. So I can definitely see how this would come in handy. The shadow stick, again, like I mentioned, not a favorite just because it is so dry, but I do think it might be budge proof. Again, it just gives like a nice light wash to the lids. The blush and lip wand on the lips, beautiful. Really like it for the lips. For blush, I think it's a really pretty blush color. I just think it's a little bit dry for the cheeks personally. Maybe that will ensure a good long wear time, but overall not my favorite for blush. Again, very pretty color. I just don't think it's my favorite. I do love the idea that the blush and lip wand and the creates a very cohesive look, and then the eye wand also really aids in that with this really pretty pinky shade. And the highlight I absolutely love. It just creates such a healthy look to the skin. I can totally see how this would be perfect to pull out, throw on a couple products, and throw on 3 products and feel much more put together. So I can definitely see why somebody would love this. I think this might be even more handy if you weren't doing a full face foundation. I mean, that's what I have on right now. Maybe I should have tried it without foundation, but this is what I would normally do. This is definitely more of like a no makeup kind of a look. It's definitely going to be very light, very fresh looking. It's never going to look too much. It's never going to look overstated. So I will say that you're definitely going to get that more fresh, no makeup look from this. It is really quick to work with. Again, I think the thing that takes the most time is the eyeshadow stick because it is pretty dry, but the blush wand as well, I feel like takes a minute to blend it on the cheeks. But I think that eye wand is just, it's a little too dry. But overall, I love the convenience of this. I do like the look that was created. I like the simplicity of it. I like that it's for the everyday person. What I don't like is the dryness of the eyeshadow stick as well as the price point. Like I mentioned, this is $75 US, 95 Canadian. A lot of Charlotte Tilbury products are overpriced. This is a little much. I would pay $45 for this. I would pay $50 for this. But $75, $95, I just don't think it's worth that. I think her Instant Look in a palette, those are the same price point. Like her Instant Look in a palette, with this you get a blush, a highlight, 3 eyeshadows, a face powder, and a bronzer. Yes, these are powders, and yes, you need to carry around brushes, but comparatively, this is way more worth your money than this. I still think the price is a little steep for this, but if you're going to get one or the other, I would go with this because you get a lot more. That's my only comparison. So overall I like this, but I don't think it's worth the price point. And the eye stick is not my favorite, but so overall I like it. I love the idea behind it. Not my favorite Charlotte Tilbury product, and I think it's way overpriced. I think it's more overpriced than a lot of her products, but overall it's nice. I'll definitely use it. I can definitely see the convenience of throwing it in my purse and whipping it out when I need to. So that is it for me today. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you're planning on picking this up. It's definitely a more interesting product from Charlotte Tilbury, so let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week, and that's it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Oh